good friend of mine, Jill, sent me some transcriptions, some of her transcriptions of the things that she studied with Al in the late 70s. So I'm looking forward to looking at some of those this season. Got a few minutes left to talk about 58. I'm going to stay on 58 for today. What I want to actually do now is I want to actually talk about ba 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 ba, but I want to echo one other tone. One E, and the E. Now you guys are right if you caught the whole element of all the clock files are right from season 4 and 5. Will know right that the response of the extra E is what they call echoing the E. But it isn't right just echoing the E. It's what they call the right ensemble two-tape playing. Now when you do it, the ensemble has to really be with those syncopations. If you just do that right in a groove, you're not going to get a good reaction right from the cats you're working with. But this is what I'm talking about. I'll count you in a little slower. 3 and 4 and 1 E and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 8. Let me give it to you. I did a single 5 there. Instead of right, left, right, I did right, left, right. The single 5 derives right from the Cobham 16th. But I tend to try to make it a little ahead of the beat, a little on the edge. And it sounds really hip. You got to really get it neat. Let me do that again. Oh, I like that. You'll notice that's can actually be thought of. I like the way I did that. And 1 E as officially an off 16th note triplet. And 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the comes out of right becoming a piece of realistic rock book, but I've invented it in fragments without the ride, so it's not accompanied with a ride. And of course, the late great Bonham did it. Which you guys may remember me doing. Here I'm isolating it. It's a funny thing, right? I heard Mike Clark talk about this on one of his seminars, that it's harder to do things slower. In other words, like he's been doing it like so fast for so many years that when he has to break it down or explain it, right, he actually gets lost, right, within his own genius. That happens to me sometimes. You know, so literally, I'm not used to doing it. By the way, you'll notice, right, I guide the ride. I use the ride, I think, right, to line up the kick. It sounds good too. there, right, was I actually took out the echo. But if I put the echo back in, which I originally started with, it's really, actually, you want to hear something kind of weird, right? I think I like it better without the echo. I like it better without the echo. Let me get back to the echo, though. My final thought, is I'm going to go with the echo, and I'm going to actually attack the E and the 4. This will be my final little thought for today. And the 1 and the 2 and the E and the 4 and the. I got to tell you, that the concentration level and 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the is incredible. I mean, you really have to position everything perfectly. And 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the to get this to work. And that's a good way to practice it, by the way. And 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Again, it's more difficult for me to think of it slower than quicker. Let me finish this. Interesting day today. I think, what actually happened, in that extra E development with that Bonham type thing is I actually got confused. I don't know if you guys are part of me literally getting lost, between the two. The cool part, I think, about what happened there was I was not comfortable with the extra E and then that Bonham triplet, but it was extra. I'm talking about the echo on the E of 3. But it was comfortable, with zaba, padabo, bum, da da da. So I don't know whether or not I want to practice the other element more, or whether or not I just feel more instinctively like that. But I think it probably just has to do more with instinctive preference, and that was interesting, though. Yeah, if I was in the recording studio, I was actually working around on a record, and I was using that idea, I probably would not go with that extra E and then do that Bonham thing. I'd probably stay out of that because I'd probably get in trouble on that. But that's really the cool part, I think, about experimentation, of course. Pardon the of course, my falling off my chair there, but real cool. And gonna come back. I am psyched. I will be right back to talk much more. And very good to be here, by the way. Nice to be back. What I thought I would do, since there are only about 4 ideas left from this thrust development, is give you guys a little bit extra on each particular idea. There's no real rush to complete this, but I did write